Good morning, y'all. Listen, today I'm going to teach you how to get rid of your mosquitoes, or how I do it around my house. And because y'all been asking, so we're going to do a little field trip out in the yard, and we are going to look at my water pots and my goldfish, and I'm going to tell you about that. But because of the heat, the humidity, and all like that, I'm going to make me some y'all sweet tea before I go out. And today I'm making the decaf kind. And so I've got my water in my pot, and it's getting kind of hottish. I've got it on, but anyway, when it gets really hot, not boiling, but hot, I'm going to put my tea bag in. All right, y'all, when your water gets hot, but it's not boiling, you just drop your tea bag in there. And I always push mine down and let it, make sure it's down in there good. Move it off the eye, put your top on it, and let it sit for 9 minutes. So during these 9 minutes, we're fixing to go outside while it's steeping. Okay, we're outside, and what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to show you my pot. All right, now here is one of my pots. Do y'all see this? I've got some, it's just a black cauldron pot. It's iron. It's an iron pot. It's kind of what, well, actually, my granddaddy, he made Brunswick stew. And so he would put all the fresh vegetables and meat and everything in there at the end of the summer. And when he did, we would have a big old Brunswick stew out of it. So this does not have, I mean, it's just a plain pot. It's not painted with anything or coated. So what you do is you put you might can see that old goldfish. I saw him, just see him come out. He's down in there. It's hard to see him. But he's in there. He's one goldfish, and he is about 4 years old. And I don't know if you know this or not, but goldfish grow to the size of the container that you put them in. So if you got a little bitty fish bowl, you have a little bitty fish forever. He's not going to grow. But if you've got a big pond thing in your yard, like a fountain pond or whatever, that's real big, your goldfish are going to grow bigger. But here's the thing about it. You put your water in. Now, I have well water in mine. There's no chlorine in our water out here in the country or any kind of chemicals. It's just plain old water up out of the ground. We have a deep well. So he's in there. I see him. Can y'all see him? Is he showing up at all? So anyway, I try to put a few plants in mine just to be pretty. They don't have to have them, but I put them for them. Little few water plants. But anyway, here's the thing. Goldfish do not need a bubbler. All right? That's the first thing you know. Goldfish actually can survive under in a pot that's covered with ice. In other words, we don't have many times it's real cold here in Alabama, but we have had times when it was so cold that there was ice on it at least a half an inch thick over the top of my goldfish thing. And I don't know if they go into dormancy or what they actually do, but they survive. They survive. They make their own oxygen. You do not have to have a bubbler. And here's the important thing about not having a bubbler, okay? When the mama mosquito gets ready to lay her eggs, she is going to find stagnant water. That means water that's just real still. It's not moving. It's just sitting there. And so if you have a bubbler in your tank, she's not going to come up there and lay her eggs in that container thing I've got right there, because it's moving. Or this is what I've found out. So I don't put a bubbler. So the mama mosquito goes over there and she lays her eggs in there. And then those tiny mosquito eggs turn to wigglers. They just do like this in your water. If you've ever seen those little bitty things moving in stagnant water, there are other insects that are in there too that do that, but mainly it's mosquitoes. And so she eats those. This little goldfish swims around in there, and she loves mosquito larvae, and she eats every single one of them. So let's go to the next pot and let's look at it. Heck, you could walk with me, can't you? My head rag's coming off this morning. I'm trying to keep this hair, this unruly hair. I went to the ball game last night and oh my goodness, we won and had a great time. Look at that big bird of paradise that was given to me. I've got it in a big old black pot right there. Here's my big thing of rosemary. Honey, I don't know how old that thing is. And then there's my big rose right there. It blooms white in the springtime. And here is my new tree I planted. I bought 2 trees, or they were given to me. One is a satsuma and one is a avocado, and I can't remember which one I planted where. Does that sound like y'all too? Here's my little dark area right in here. Oh, and there's an old spider. Let's look at him, see if we can see him. Let me see if I can find him. There he is. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. Let y'all see him. Can you see him yet? No. You can't see him. He's right there. Let's see. See him right there. There he is. There he is. There he is. That's what we call a garden spider. Look at him. He is hanging out. Anyway, let's go on over to my other one. I've got the big cauldron one is at my back porch. There's a plant that was given to me by one of my followers. They sent me the little, they look like little rhizomes or something, and I put them in the dirt. I thought they never were going to bloom, but they certainly are blooming now. They certainly are. All right, let's go over here. If I can get over there. All right, here's my other pot right here, right there. Now that pot right there is, I got it at like a farmer's co-op or somewhere where they sell things for cows. And so I bought that one. And what it's about, I guess, maybe a little over a yard long and maybe a couple of feet wide or maybe a little larger. And I kind of dug out the dirt just a little bit. Oh, there's my fish. I dug out the dirt a little bit so it would be kind of nestled down in there. And I put rocks around it to kind of beautify it a little bit and stuff. And there's our fish this morning. There he is. And he is looking. What's he looking for? Come on, y'all. What's he looking for? He's looking for something to eat. And the mosquito larvae, see how still it is in there? They're going to come today and lay their eggs in there. And my fish is going to find them and he's going to eat them. Now, I feed my fish occasionally, some fish food or cornbread crumbs or whatever, and they eat them. But I try not to overfeed them because I want them to be hungry so they'll eat all those larvae that are coming in there. So in this tank, I only have 1 fish. In the other tank, I only have 1 fish. But I'm going to get me some more just because I like to look at them. Over here, I have a pot, and I have water in it in a really pretty container. It's like a vegetable bowl thing. It was given to me by a follower, and she glued all this stuff together with epoxy, she said. And she gave me this, and I thought it was so pretty, so I put it outside. But this is not for mosquitoes to lay their eggs in. This is for my lizards and birds or whoever wants some fresh water. And so I change this water often. I see it's got a couple of leaves in there I want to get out. I don't let this get stagnant, okay? All right, so there's that pot. Those are some pretty elephant ears. That's my wandering Jew. It roots so easy, y'all. You just put it in and it roots. Let's go to our other pot. This one's at my front porch, and y'all been on my front porch before. All right, so here's my fish in there. I've got 3 of them in this one. Let me zoom in on them. There they are. Or there's 2 of them. Oh, and there's the other one. He's being still. Okay, so there's the fish in this pot. This is my largest pot right here. And I've got a little bit of grass in it, you know, the aquarium grass or whatever you call it. But I don't have much. I had a beautiful plant in it that was a type of iris. Iris got so big and the roots got so strong in there that I had to take it out, and I'm going to divide it, repot it, and put it back down in there. It can, I just let it grow just right in there, you know. So these are the ones that I have. This one right here, I put bigger rocks around it. But this container right here is a syrup kettle. That's what, in the South, when you pick up, when you grow ribbon cane or cane, sugar cane, they squeeze out the juice and make syrup out of that. And they boil it in one of these big iron pots right here. I wish I had another one of those. They're gorgeous. And my little fish, they're happy this morning. They must have eaten a lot of mosquito larvae last night. They must have. Hey, let's go back in and check our y'all sweet tea. Oh, and I planted me a row of this too the other day. I'm getting it down for the winter. This is that Wandering Jew, and I planted it so that it can be getting a good root system before cold weather gets here. Let's go on inside. And we're going to go make us some tea. I'm needing a glass now after our little tour of the yard because it's hot and it's muggy out there. All right, let's get on in here to our tea. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you that this is the half-gallon size. So it's decaffeinated, but it's the half-gallon. So I got my half-gallon pitcher out instead of that big old tall one. And I'm going to put 2 cups of ice in it. And it's going to be right ready to drink. In other words, when you're making this all sweet tea, you don't have to wait. All right, I'm going to put my tea that's been steeping for 9 minutes in there. I'm going to save my tea bag from the mulch pile. I'll come over here and we are going to put our water in it. Let me get over here to it. And y'all, I've got this good well water. It's so good. Lord have mercy. I absolutely love it. I'm going to stir that around. This is a half-gallon size. That's enough. Now let me get my glass and we'll have some. Now y'all notice that I didn't put sugar in it today, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I go right by that recipe. But today I want it unsweet, so that's exactly what I'm going to have. Is my unsweet tea. Now, here's what I want to talk to you about. If you want to make one of those cauldron pots for your mosquito problem, remember this. Here's the things you need to remember. Get a big pot. Fill it with water. If you've got city water and it's got all the chemicals in it, then fill your pot up and let it wait 24 hours before you put your fish in there, because they don't like that chemical stuff. Sometimes it'll kill them. But I don't have to do that because I've got well water, okay? Now, and then put your fish in. Now, you're not going to get rid of your mosquitoes overnight. And here's the reason. You already have a big mosquito population. You got to wait and let that thing work. In other words, the mama's going to continually make eggs and so and drop them in there. But she's going to live a little while. I mean, it just takes time. I've had that thing, my pots out there for years. I don't know, maybe 6 years or something like that. I mean, I just leave it out there all the time. And if my fish happens to die or disappears for some reason or another, like a varmint got them, oh my goodness, I'm washing clothes again. What I do is I just buy another fish and put in there. So this is how I control mosquitoes. But remember, a pot of water, and if you've got some little plants you want to put in there, go ahead and do that. If it's an iris, not an iris, but it's a lily, what do you call them? Well, it's a type of iris, but they grow around water. You can put that in dirt and weight it down in there, and it'll come up and look pretty. If you want to make it pretty, or put some rocks around it, decorate it however you want to. And don't buy a bubbler. And put several out in your yard around. You'll enjoy just looking at it. And you can nestle little plants around the bottom or rocks, whatever you want to. And if you live in cold climates, remember, if it freezes over the top, they will be okay. But sometimes I go out there and I'll hit the ice, so it'll have a crack in it. But they do make their own oxygen, so you can read on goldfish. And remember this too, koi and goldfish are not the same. The koi, I think they have to have a bubbler, so I don't have any koi, and I don't think they can take the cold weather either. So just get you some little cheap goldfish. You don't have to buy an $8 goldfish. The little bitty dollar ones eat just as many mosquito larvae as the big one. So anyway, if you have a question about this, what you need to do is write it in the comments, and I will get to as many as I can. But thank all of y'all who helped me answer all the comments, okay? Because I can't get to all of them, but so many of y'all are just so great about answering other people and answering their questions, and I appreciate it. So with that, I want to say, hey, y'all, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say, bye, y'all. Isn't that the cutest shirt? I'm going to drink my sweet, not my, as y'all do, but it's not sweet today. It's sweetless. So all you people out there that have a sugar problem, cheers to you. I drink it both ways. I love y'all. Have a great day. Good luck with your mosquito problem. And listen, thank you too for when we made that fly trap thing that for those fruit flies. I don't have a single fruit fly now. I can't find a one. So my little contraption did work. So if you want to try that, just scroll back. And I hope you're watching the right Brenda Gantt show, which is Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook. It's not any other name. That is it. Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube or whatever. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.